Rise and grind, McAlester. Welcome to Harbor Mountain Coffee House at 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. Come have a cup of joe with us and enjoy the show. You're tuned into Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Doherty's Pharmacy, Reagan Auto, and the PC Landing Zone. Live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and tomorrow night is the regular season finale in Glenpool against the Warriors. The Buffaloes clinch a playoff berth with a win and or Durant loss, so be sure to make the drive and fill the stands to support the black and gold. We're going to begin the show here with Buffalo players Zane Owens and Drayton Pouncil. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. I'm doing good.
All right, so we'll start off with an icebreaker because we always like to do that to try to ease the mood a little bit, so you guys can kind of just make your way on in here. What is a game show that you think you could win at?
Wheel of Fortune.
That was quick.
What was it?
Wheel of Fortune. Zane Owens was quick with Wheel of Fortune.
I was almost on the
Price is Right. You were?
The traveling one, yeah.
No way.
They called me up there, and I was the lady behind me. It was terrible.
Coach Mazey was almost on the Price is Right.
The one that travels around, yeah.
So, all right, cool.
Probably the Game of Fortune. Whatever, Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
I don't
Game
know.
of Fortune. Drayton's Game of Fortune.
I don't know why.
That's a new game now. So do you guys know Mrs. Miller?
Yes.
Yeah.
She won Wheel of Fortune. Ask her about it. She legit won Wheel of Fortune. No joke. I was a junior in high school, and she couldn't tell us about it, but she won the teacher's edition of Wheel of Fortune. If you ever get the chance to ask her about it, ask her about it. It's really cool. And then I know a buddy from college, he won the grand showcase on The Price is Right. Pretty wild. And he couldn't tell anybody about it until it airs, or else you can lose some of the stuff that you get. So that's pretty neat. Also, we had Halloween on Tuesday. What were y'all for Halloween? Or maybe I can't spoil that because don't you guys have practice
we
today?
have practice today.
So I can't spoil that. So then what do you like to do for Halloween? Are you the trick-or-treat with siblings? Or are you go watch scary movies? What do you guys do?
My mom was having me hand out candy.
Handing out candy.
Scary movies.
Scary movies. Do you have a favorite one?
Chucky.
Chucky.
I was watching that, yeah.
All right. So let's get the fans to get to know y'all a little bit better here. What hobbies do you guys like outside of football?
Hunting and playing golf.
Okay, that's Zane's.
Hanging out with the buddies, playing video games.
Got a favorite one?
Probably Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. What's the best round you've shot of golf, Zane?
72.
72. That's 30 below mine. That's being generous. So here's a question for Drayton. Going to football a little bit now. You started the season lighting it up on defense, and now here over the last few weeks, you're killing it running the ball. Had about 10 yards to carry. I know the ultimate goal is to win, and even when you have good games, it stings when you don't. But tell me how your junior year has felt in terms of your personal play and kind of, having a breakout year for you. How's it been for you?
It's been good. I started off, I had an AC joint injury for I was out probably for 3 weeks, so that kind of slowed me down. Then I came back and I started running the football. I'm starting to like it more.
There you go. Now a question for Zane. Not often do people turn heads on the kickoff team, but you've been able to do a really good job of that. You made some really clean tackles, and we've said your name quite a few times there. I feel like you've done great in your role for the team as well as other areas that you've been in. What have you been working on getting better in the offseason that helped you prepare for this one?
Just lifting a lot more.
Bigger, faster, stronger type stuff?
Yeah.
So you guys kind of both play offense and defense here and there. Which one do you like more?
Defense.
Zane's defense?
Defense.
Still defense.
Yeah.
All right, cool, Drayton. Last one. It's always a fun one here. For Rangers fans that watch their team pop and spew champagne last night, if you had the chance to do something similar in high school, what non-alcoholic drink would you choose to replace champagne and why?
You know the stuff you get at Walmart? Like the, yeah.
Sparkling grape juice?
Sparkling grape juice.
The only problem with sparkling grape juice is it's going to get sticky. That's going to be so sticky.
Or Kool-Aid Jammers.
Kool-Aid Jam. That would be pretty cool. Imagine just a 6-pack of Kool-Aid Jammers. Yes.
Probably Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. So you guys are going with the sticky drinks. I would have just went plain and simple. I don't know, like just water. I mean, there's a reason why people do I guess there's Gatorade bats. Coach Mazey, you've had a Gatorade bath, so how is it sticky? Quite sticky after? Terrible? So there you go. Hey, thank you guys, and good luck against the Warriors tomorrow night. All right, those were Buffalo players Zane Owens and Drayton Pouncil. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We're going to speak about the game from last week with head coach Forrest Mazey before we speak on the matchup with the Glenpool Warriors coming up.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot! Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach on 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. Come have a cup of Joe and enjoy the show with us. Yeah, get a little tongue twisted there. Hey, this show brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Doherty's Pharmacy, Reagan Auto, and the PC Landing Zone live on KNED. We now welcome the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, Forrest Mazey.
Glad to be here.
All right, so Coach, loss came down to the wire last Friday. You've had a few nights to sleep on it. What were your thoughts on the game a week later?
You got multiple chances to close the game out there at the end. I mean, it's when we punched it in, you got a holding call, put you back at fourth, and even we missed a field goal on top of it. I mean, even the field goal's not going to win it, but I think the touchdown would have. It's life. You don't close the game out. That's what happens. You don't anticipate that happening, but sometimes it does, and you got to be able to turn the page and move on to this next week, and and play and try to get some momentum going to the playoffs. That's the ultimate goal, is to get the momentum going in and win. Obviously, win's the number one, and then get the momentum going to the playoffs. It's just one of them tough situations where we've lost a couple close ones, 6 points from being 8-2. I mean, obviously we have to close Friday night out. I don't think that's going to be hard for our kids if we stay focused. But you look at that for 6 points. It's second, fourth. That's the difference between second and fourth. I mean,
from the outside world, the state's looking at you a whole different way if it's just 6 points difference.
Right. And I don't
care what they think.
I really don't care the road. As long as we're in and we get hot, I don't care which road. In reality, 3 and 4 road is pretty good for our district. In the reality and grand scheme of things, 1 and 2, and once you get to the quarters, a lot tougher. So like I said, I'm not mad about the draw as long as we do our part. It's just you don't like losing games ever. It's you work too hard to lose games. The kids work too hard to lose games. Coaches work too hard. The community, community don't deserve it. That's just the reality of it. You don't like losing. Nobody likes losing. I don't care who it's to. I don't care if you shouldn't beat them. You don't care if you play the game 10 times and they could beat you 9. You still don't like losing because of the work and effort put into that. So it's just one of them things that's unfortunate, and we have to be able to turn the page into this week.
Now, Coach, you harped on penalties in the postgame interview because of how costly some were and the quantity there. But obviously you guys aren't trying to have flags thrown on them when they're fighting week in and week out, like you mentioned.
Right.
But how do you coach working on penalties when your team starts to get the bug a little bit?
We've had the bug all year. I'll just be honest with you. It's not been good. We broke it down by game just the other day on the whiteboard. you're looking at most of our losses, our big losses. We've had 12+ penalties. I think Durant we had 10, but we jumped out on them so early that they quit. But in a big game, you can't have that many penalties and win. You can't play. You have to stay disciplined. You can't have, I think 3 drives that I can think of where we start off 10 yards behind the chains because of a dang holding penalty. And you got to be like I said, you're going to get a holding penalty here and there. I'm not saying you're not.
Right.
But you can't have them that early. You got to keep your elbows tight, your armpits tight to your body, your thumbs up, and you got to block until the whistle. And you got to be smart. You just can't get holding calls. You can't get procedural penalties. That's just those are procedural penalties. Really irk me. So we did some things. Like I said, we try to do some things every week where we punish I won't say punish, we correct the guys for making those mistakes at the end of sprints.
So, again, if the final 3 minutes don't exist, not saying they don't because they do, but if they don't exist, there's a much different vibe after the game. So There were some things that you guys did really well against a really good team in Sepulpa.
Right.
Starting with defending the pass, Colton Howard threw for over 2,000 yards last year. Y'all held him to 80. So how'd you think about that aspect of the game?
I thought we did a good job there. We lost contain on when he scrambles out, we lost contain sometimes. And if everybody, like I said, it takes all 11 doing their job. Can't lose that contain when you're only bringing 3 to 5 in the box. And when you got 3 down linemen, you can't lose contain. If he's going to get out, you better be up in the middle. And we lost contain a few times. And, we got to get him off the field on 3rd downs and 3rd and 4th down, really. And but we got to do some stuff. We got to field that punt at the end. If we catch it, it's the -47 instead of the -10. They get 37 yards extra on the roll.
Which led to a really good field position the next drive.
Correct, and just one of the things that you got to finish. You got to find a way to finish. You got to want it as bad as you got to want it like it's your last game ever, and that's just what we got to do.
Now, we had junior Drayton Pouncil here with us. I was actually going to ask about him before he even showed up today.
Right.
So he's really starting to turn some heads. The last 3 weeks, had great games on the ground, about 10 yards a carry, 260 yards. How would you evaluate his game recently?
He just brings it. We got a pretty good running back, so he brings a different dynamic to the running back. He brings some, a little bit of speed, good vision, but he brings some power and some weight behind him that the other kids don't bring. He's around 200 pounds and runs the ball as hard as anybody we got, and he's hard to tackle. He's going to make you pay for tackling him. Sometimes you got to have that bruiser in there that's going to make you pay for tackling him, like Watkins and Jordan, and goes in and Greg, speed and slash, and then you bring him in to soften you up and give you some body blows a little bit, and it wears on a defense sometimes. You just have a different dynamic with him with Drayton running the ball.
So you mentioned the playoffs earlier on in this break. Last question before we go to another break. The 3 seed out of reach now, but you still have that really good shot at the playoffs if you guys take care of business like you should. We've all seen anything can happen once you get there. So when you're talking about making a run, how close do you think your team is from being where they need to be to make that run?
Day to day. That's just the truth. It's ultimately what they decide to do. The coaching hasn't changed. The schematics haven't changed in what we've done the last 4.5 years. Some wrinkles here and there. The only thing that's changed is personnel. The personnel kids, the kids. So everything's there to do what they need to do. We've seen glimpses of what they're capable of. Mm-hmm. Just whether or not they continuously do it and consistently do it going forward from week 10 to the playoffs. The way you practice, the way you prep, the way you travel, the way you play. Funny thing is, as long as we win Friday night, we win. If we match up with Bishop Kelly, we win that, we're at home again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins that next round game.
Wow.
We're at home again. We get to host a quarterfinal game at home, and you never can ever look ahead because you don't know what's going to happen. But you got to focus on the task at hand. But everything lines up just fine. It's just what you decide to do with it.
All right, with that, we'll take a timeout, and we'll talk about Glenpool coming up next. Again, this is Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We'll speak on the Warriors. You're on KNED.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot, hot, height!
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture, Reagan Auto, Doherty's Pharmacy, and the PC Landing Zone. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street, McAlester, live alongside McAlester Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazey. And tomorrow night, it's McAlester versus Glenpool for the regular season finale. The series began just in 2016, all games between the two teams being in District 5A3 play. McAlester is 5-0 in the series, while the Warriors have their senior night coming off of the program's 300th win last week, beating East Central 50-15. Quick trivia for you here. Again, this is just going to be a shot in the dark before we do the guess that play. The Warriors are at 300 wins. The Buffaloes had their 300th in 1978 with I think it was head coach Charlie North. It was his last win. He ended up getting his 300th win against Tulsa Mason, which became Tulsa Memorial for the for the players. Yeah, they got moved to Tulsa Memorial the very next year because Mason ended up shutting down. But the Buffaloes are at 629 all time, meaning that you were the head coach at Milestone win 600. Care to take a shot in the dark and guess which win that was?
629. Ooh, because we won. Ooh. 629. Let's go 6, 17. It would have been Broken Bow at home.
Dadgum, he got it. Yeah, 39-7 to win over Broken Bow in 2021. That was number 600.
Broken Bow at home.
Yep, the 599 was El Reno.
Yep.
So, Coach Mazey, now it's time for Guess That Play, presented by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress. Now, this one will be a little bit more impressive, actually.
Oh, gosh.
We go back to your first year with the Buffs in 2019.
Okay.
Senior night versus Glenpool. 6-0 Buffaloes lead. Ball's at the McAlester 14-yard line. McAlester 14. 3rd down and 14. Ball slightly favoring the left hash. There's 10 minutes and 40 seconds.
South or north?
You guys are heading towards the north end zone, so going towards the field house.
Ooh, 2019.
2019, it's the only year, well, besides last year, the only year that y'all played Glenpool.
Let's see. Probably been Hilton carrying the ball in Dozer, I would think. That would be my final guess.
Again, McAlester at the 14.
Yeah.
Not Glenpool's 14, your own 14.
Oh, my own 14?
Your own
okay,
14.
So no, it was a, I want to say probably it's a screen pass, probably a screen. No. Ooh. Ooh.
Your own 14.
It's going to be a screen pass, but I can't remember who caught it and takes it to the house. I can't remember who caught it. That's what I'm going with. I don't remember who caught it, though. From Hilton, the screen pass to the right.
Need to apologize in advance. We had interns on the camera for this one, but you can kind of guess and see what the play is. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
All right, here's the play. There's Hilton. Back to pass. It's not a screen, but it's a vertical route.
Scissors route, and it's to Gavin Johnson over the middle.
Yeah, it's Gavin Johnson. Yep.
It's Gavin Johnson over the middle because he bobbles it twice and catches it. I remember the bobble. Mm-hmm. He bobbles it like 3 times, bam, 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 and he catches it in the 3rd stride, and he goes to the house. Yep, I know what you're talking about now.
Now, we saw a flag on the near
side. Boom, boom, boom.
We saw the flag on the near side, so we thought that it was coming back.
Right.
But I guess it was on. I think it might have been even offsides. I don't know what it was.
Either that or
Can't
illegal
remember.
substitution, maybe.
But it came in, and we thought it was coming back. But to be honest with you, the only thing I remember from that game is Luke Homer jumping the dude.
Yep.
With the cleanest hurdle I've ever
and
seen.
should have scored, but the pylon was about 3/4 of the way in the
Yep.
end zone. Like, whoever set the pylons up that game, it's. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It was on the soccer line out left.
It's awesome. I should have grabbed that clip and played that too, because it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and they
'Cause
would
I
have
said, "Oh, he scored," and they said, "No, he's down on the 1." I said, "What?"
That was the cleanest hurdle I've seen in the high school game. So, Guess That Play presented by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress. We'll have a quick question before we go to the fan questions. Coach, like last year, a win versus Glenpool clinches that playoff berth for sure. What do you think about the Warriors this year?
Yeah, they're young. I mean, they're sophomore and junior heavy. I think they start 1 senior, so they'll return everybody next year. Just still trying to find that identity. You know, I think they're getting overpowered a little bit just by older kids. I think their running backs is number 5. I think he's a good player. He's fast, hits the hole very hard. Got an older quarterback. You know, defensively they're young, so they make a lot of mistakes. But they fly to the football and they do some good things. It's just, you know, when you haven't had a lot of success and you're young on top of it, you tend to find the bad things. Bad things kind of happen. But they've had some successes. They beat some teams they haven't beat. You know, we have beaten a while like Fort Gibson, teams they were losing to in the past. And so they're trying to take that upswing, and we got to make sure on senior night that we close it out because they're going to play hard for their guys, you know, the seniors that are playing.
Mm-hmm. All right, that will be kickoff at 7 p.m. tomorrow night in Glenpool. We're going to take a break, and coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street, we'll ask those final questions from you guys here on KNED.
Thank you, McAlester, for voting us Best Automotive Mechanic Shop for 2022 and 2023 in the Reader's Choice Awards. Reagan Auto in McAlester is offering an AC performance check for $99.95. Reagan Auto now has an employment opportunity for automotive technicians with a signing bonus. Reagan Auto, 306 East Wyandotte Avenue, McAlester. Call 918-715-3236.
Hot! Tannehill Furniture and Mattress is proud to support our McAlester Buffaloes. For 32 years, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress has been your one-stop shop for all of your furniture and mattress needs, offering quality recliners, living room sets, bedroom sets, dining room sets, and mattresses. Stop by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress today and make yourself at home. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Doherty Pharmacy, your full-service pharmacy. We offer free delivery in the McAlester area. We are a 340B pharmacy, and we're a compounding pharmacy. We also have a convenient drive-through. With all of that, we offer fast, friendly service. Doherty Pharmacy is open 6 days a week, Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1. Doherty Pharmacy is proud to sponsor the 2022 football season. We're located at 622 East Wyandotte, McAlester. For prescription refills, call 918-426-5223.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Doherty's Pharmacy, the PC Landing Zone, and Reagan Auto. We'll take a quick look at the broadcast schedule this week, beginning tomorrow night. McAlester at Glenpool, kickoff at 7. Pregame show set for 6:20, radio only, and video streaming near kickoff on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. On Saturday, 3 games all begin around the same time. You got the biggest game in the state this weekend. The Charlotte 49ers at the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Kickoff at 3 p.m. with pregame show set for 2 on KTMC, 1400 AM and 96.7 FM. All respects to the Golden Hurricane, but the biggest game, it's a little game called Bedlam in Stillwater, 2:30, with the OU call being on this station, KNED, and the Polk call being on Rock 105.1. And both, like I said, pregame show begin at 12:30 on their respective stations. Now, with all that said, we have head coach Forrest Mazey with our final segment this morning, reading off your fan questions. If you ever have one, DM us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio or message us on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. So we'll start off with the obvious one that a couple of fans asked about. Who you got this weekend, OU or OSU?
I'm going to go with OU, probably in a blowout.
Really? Even with OSU kind of playing their best ball right now?
Yeah, I just, after losing to Kansas, man, you got to set the tone. I just see a bad game for OSU coming.
Ollie Gordon.
I wouldn't want to follow up. No.
A Brent Venables team.
No, not after losing and what you think you are in that at that moment, and then losing that type of game the way you lost it. I think it'd be bad.
All right, there we go. There's Coach Mazey with his prediction.
Mark my words.
You want to throw a score?
47 to 17.
49-17.
49-17.
49-17.
49-17.
All right. Last 5 that OU has lost.
I'm playing 49-17, and it maybe get worse than that.
All right. You guys know what to do.
I hate to say that, but I'm just.
You OSU fan over an OU fan?
No, I just like good football.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I like the way Michigan's playing right now. People crying about the sign stealing. People hate winners, man. You know, I give Jim Harbaugh that. He's done a good job there because they look the part right now. They look like they can run the football, throw the football well. I think they can really play with Georgia. I'd like to see them play. I think, like I said, I like good football.
There you go. Chase asks, in your years of coaching, who has the most unique stadium, not best, unique, that you've been to, I guess?
Man.
Because everyone's going to say Guthrie, but have you been to Guthrie?
Yeah, I've
coached in Guthrie?
It. I've never coached in it. I don't. Man, the most unique. The most unique I've seen though is probably Mason, Texas. It's the old rodeo arena. And it's still got the covered stands, the Puncher Dome.
We've talked about we need to have Ada McAlester just permanently over at the prison rodeo.
That would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
That would be legit. Split the gate, whatever it is. I think that'd be really cool.
McAlester, we need to make that happen.
Allen's is different because it's like an old. It's like an old rodeo polo ground or something. Mm-hmm. It's covered stands.
Yeah, the covered stands, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way Mason is. It's all tin, man, other than that, Mangum's was pretty unique. It's a WPA. It was in the ground in a bowl. 100-yard stands on both sides into the dirt. So I coached that. I thought their stadium was unique.
That's cool.
It's different.
I can't remember which stadium it was. I was going to mention Allen, and then there was one stadium that I saw. I think this is where the question came from, because there was a whole thread on Twitter. There's one place in Oklahoma where they don't have very many stands, so they pay gates when they go through the gates to get towards the grounds,
right?
And then they back up their trucks
and they sit in the
bed of their truck because they don't have enough seats.
School or something.
Probably like that, yeah.
Medford's is really nice for an 8-man school. It's really nice. Not that they've been good since James Killian and those guys, but theirs is really cool. But like I said, Mangum's was really unique, really different.
James asks, burrito or quesadilla?
Ooh, I'm a burrito guy 90% of the time, but sometimes like Gringo's quesadilla, ooh, shoot, boy, I'm in.
There you go. I just if I want to get,
you can fit more stuff in a burrito. If you want more filling, burrito. If you want just the meat and cheese with a few things and toppings, then it's quesadilla.
Gary asks, has Coach ever got a speeding ticket? And if so, what reason did he give for speeding?
Man, I've gotten out of every one of them. And I was going 98 one time on Highway 43 coming from my grandma's house by the prison going back to Colgate. And I was coaching at Toga, 98. I wasn't paying attention. And this guy does like an FBI turnaround, a Cole County sheriff. He flips it, and I see it. I just keep going. I'm just going to keep rolling because he'll catch me at some point. I'll just play the game. you know how fast you. Of course, he wasn't from Colgate. I said, this thing won't go over 80. I tried. And it was a newer Chevy. And he goes, you were going 98. So I said, I don't think I was, but I get it. And I'd slow down to 65 or whatever the speed limit was. And
brand new Chevy, the speedometer's broken.
He writes me a ticket, but luckily we had friends in lower places, so they helped me out with a little deferred sentence. So I've gotten out of every. I haven't had a lot, but I've been caught a few times.
That's awesome. And our last one, Garrett asks, I guess speaking of speed here, who would you say is the fastest player on the team?
Oh, man. So, I would say Jordan, but Caden beat him in a race. I think it would probably be out of Caden and Malachi, maybe.
Whew.
You know, it might be a good race.
Malachi's got the
yeah, I think it'd be out of
length.
Probably Caden. Maybe I'd throw Watkins in there probably. I'd throw Caden, Watkins, and Malachi in there and see who won.
I would like to see that race. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Coach, anything? Go ahead.
I might throw Brandon in there too, our freshman. I might throw him in there.
I thought you were talking about me. I was like, you're about 10 years.
You'll tear a hamstring.
You're about 10 years too late on that, and even then I wasn't the fastest.
Yeah, you tear a hamstring.
Coach, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, we got to end the note. You know, have some momentum going into the playoffs. Like I said, the road's good. We match up with Bishop Kelly first round as long as we take care of business. They're obviously district champions, so it's going to be a tough game. But I think it's a game where we can match up well with them.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time, and good luck tomorrow against
you.
Glenpool. This has been Brandon Green with head coach Forrest Mazey. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo.